In this video, we will be running through stretching. We stretch muscles in our body for many reasons, the most common of which is to combat tightness or rebalance muscle tension. Our muscles can get tight through activities such as exercise, prolonged positions, like sitting in a work chair for multiple hours, or other reasons that may be more personalised. For example, some neurological conditions can cause or involve tightening of muscles. There are hundreds of muscles in the human body, and often multiple methods of stretching each of those muscles. As such, we could spend hours going over how to stretch your entire body. For the purpose of this video, we will touch on general rules with stretching and then demonstrate some stretches for you to try at home that cover most of your body. Please note, we are all different people of shape, sizes, and muscle tension, and not all muscles require stretching. Some actually don't benefit from stretching at all. If you have any questions around what areas of your body would benefit from stretching, please talk to your physiotherapist. Before we begin, let's touch on some general stretching rules. Firstly, stretches should be comfortable and not painful. If a stretch is painful, then this is a sign that either you have pushed too far into the stretch or that a structure is damaged and the stretch is pulling on that structure. The more you stretch, the more you get to know your body and what areas need stretching. By this, I mean some areas of your body are more prone to tightening up, and this can be different for everyone. You may get tight through your calves, whereas your friend may get quite tight through the hamstrings. As I touched on earlier, some areas of the body don't benefit from as much stretching, e.g. ankles and wrists. There is a relationship between flexibility and stability. Hypermobile people can still stretch, but often respond best to stretching through a movement. We call this dynamic stretching, and an example would be to swing your leg forwards and backwards rather than holding at the end of a movement. Generally, you want to hold your stretches for around 30 to 60 seconds to get the most benefit from the stretch. Finally, don't forget to breathe while stretching. Many of us don't realise we hold our breath when stretching. However, breathing diaphragmatically can help us to relax further into a stretch and is better for our core and respiratory system. We will now go through a range of stretches for your body. In the interest of time, I will demonstrate and describe how to get into the stretch, but not hold the stretch. Soleus stretch. In standing, step back with the leg to stretch. Bend through both knees, keeping the heels on the floor till you feel the stretch. Gastrocnemius stretch. In standing, step back with the leg to stretch. Bend through the front knee, keeping the back leg straight and heel flat on the floor till you feel the stretch. Keep your toes pointing forwards. Hamstring stretch. Lying on your back with legs straight, hug the leg to stretch to your chest, straighten the leg until you feel the stretch in the back of your thigh. Quadriceps stretch. In standing, lift one heel off the floor, bending the knee until you feel the stretch in the front of your thigh. Keeping the knees close together, not out to the side, tuck your pelvis and try to bring the knee backwards without the upper body leaning forwards. Front hip or hip flexor stretch. Kneel with the knee of the hip to stretch on the floor. Tuck the pelvis until you feel a stretch down the front of your hip. Take your whole body forwards to intensify the stretch. Put padding under your shin if this is painful on the knee. Glute stretch. Lying on your back, cross the ankle of the glute to stretch over the opposite knee. Let the knee drop away from you and then using your hands, pull the opposite knee closer to your chest until you feel a stretch down the back of your hip. Back flexion stretch. Sitting with your legs straight out in front of you, tuck your chin and roll forwards through your shoulders and upper back until you feel a stretch down your back. Back extension stretch. Kneeling on all fours, lean back to your heels with your arms straight until you feel a stretch going down your back. Add to this stretch by reaching off to one side and then the other. Back rotation stretch. Lying on your back with your arms to the sides and knees and ankles together. Keeping the shoulders on the floor, roll both legs to one side until you feel a stretch down one side of your back. Posterior deltoid stretch. Place your arm across your chest and using the opposite arm, pull your arm further across your chest. Pectoral stretch. Standing in a door frame, place your arm at 90 degrees, resting your forearm along the frame. Gently lean forward until you feel a stretch across the front of your chest. Finally, upper trapezius neck stretch. Tilt your head to one side, using your opposite hand to gently pull your head across. Make sure your other shoulder is relaxed down. You should feel a stretch down the side of your neck. This concludes this video on stretching. Should you have any questions around anything covered in this video, please feel free to contact your physiotherapist directly using their email or our clinic by calling 03 384 4766 or emailing admin@physioevolved.co.nz.